We're Jim and Ruthie Eastman. We live in Niwot, Colorado, which is near Boulder. We got into triking
because I have balance problems and I couldn't stay on a two-wheel bicycle, so I was ready for a tricycle and have never looked back.
and when she started triking, I thought I'd trike with her. So now we're a triking duo.
I've been a bike rider, I want to say, just about all my life. Even as a young child, I borrowed the next door neighbor's bike when she'd go to kindergarten, and I was too young to ride or to go to kindergarten, so I rode her bike while she was gone.
So bikes have really been a part of our lives before we were married and since. And so it's always been a big part of our active lifestyle. We ride the Azub Tie-Fly 26. We had a different brand of trike for the first year we were triking. We put 3,000 miles on them and had a lot of maintenance problems. So we sold those, and I researched for a tougher, more rugged, less labor-intensive maintenance-wise trike, and we found that Azub filled that bill for us. And between Matt Galot's videos and other things that we did in my research, we found that people rely on these tough trikes that are riding. So we ride 3,000 to 3,500 miles a year, and we wanted something tough, and that's what we found with our Tie-Flies.
What I like about the Azub is that they are strong, sturdy. I like the suspension, and because I like to ride rough trails, I like the rocks, the gravel, the hills, and skidding around the corners. And
She does that.
I've worn out a pair of tires already, and I love how fast I can go.
As far as our trail riding, we were formerly mountain bikers as well as road bikers, and so we kind of prefer the Forest Service roads, the gravel trails, getting away from people and traffic, and that was the problem with our first trike, is it just didn't hold up to that kind of riding. So I went to Angletech in Colorado Springs and tried all the major suspension trikes. And after I rode the Tie-Fly, it said, no contest. For the type of riding we do, that titanium front suspension is just hands down top of the line. We do have Broza motors on both of our trikes. I have a roll-off 14 on mine. Ruthie has a derailleur, but she needed the auto shift in order to deal with her arthritis in her hands. So that's the component. Her components are a little different than mine.
The way I change my gears is I use my thumb to press button either higher or lower.
So no automatic shifting. We love to get in our van, load our trikes up in the trailer, and travel to where, particularly rail trails in the United States, we tend to like the longer trails. We'll park at a trailhead and go 20 miles one way and 20 miles back, do the same the other direction, then go 40 miles down the trail and do the same thing so we can get the whole trail. And we've ridden the Katy Trail in Missouri, the Mickelson Trail in South Dakota, the Cowboy Trail in Nebraska, the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes in Idaho. The Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes is probably the prettiest trail we've ever ridden in Idaho.
The trail I liked the most on this trip was the Hardwoods
Scenic
Trail
in Kentucky.
And it was so fun because it's hilly, gravelly, rocky, sharp corners, lots of speed.
the Sena helmets are very good for the way we ride. We don't like to be too close to each other because one might stop suddenly and hit. So we can communicate when we're stopping. We're also bird watchers. So if we hear a bird along the way, we announce to the other we're going to stop, and we tune our phone into the Cornell University ornithological site. We put it on record, and it says, "Oh, there's a tufted titmouse somewhere close by." We carry our binoculars in our side bags. We sit there in the comfort of the Azub seat and look for the bird. And that really works for the way we ride.
20 to 40, somewhere in that range. I mean, we'll do less, we'll do more, especially if one of us gets turned around on a trail and gets lost, then that might happen to be a few more miles.
Never lost, just disoriented. Never lost. We can generally get in fairly rugged and hilly terrain, we can get 40 to 50 miles pretty easily with that charge, and that's really all of our fanny can take anyway is that amount of. So battery anxiety is something that we don't deal with. If, for example, we are at home and we forgot to charge the trike and we're going for a longer ride and it only has 60% charge, we'll just toss the charger into the panniers, and if we need it, we'll stop for lunch or a beer and plug in, and then we got enough to go home. As far as charging the trikes when we're traveling, I have solar panels on the top of my trailer. I have a Blue Eddy charging station inside the trailer, and then when we get done with our rides, we just plug them in, and then the solar panels recharge the Blue Eddy during the day when we're traveling or riding, and just charge them up that way.
I like traveling with the van because everything we need is in the van, and we have a great freezer so we can pull out food to be warmed up that night for dinner, comfortable bed. It's like taking our home with us. We've got everything we possibly need, and the trailer is attached with our trikes, so we are good to go anywhere in the country.
It's the first major van that we've had. We had a Pacifica minivan that we used before that was a little bit restrictive from a space standpoint, and before that we had a travel trailer that when I was on dialysis with kidney disease, we traveled in that. So this is just kind of a progression. I'm a kidney transplant recipient, and this gives me all the freedom in the world, and we're taking advantage of every day. We get in our van, load up our trikes, and we like to find trails, and we like to find craft breweries, and that's kind of a fun thing to do.
This is not our first tour. We've been touring since we built out the van in 2022. So we've been to California, Idaho, we've been to Texas,
Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arizona, New Mexico. We just love traveling, and this enables us to stay at a fairly reasonable. We can boondock when we can. We have everything with our solar panels and our water systems. We can survive several days without being plugged into power or anything. So it really gives us a lot of freedom to travel around the country.
Happy birthday. Azub, happy birthday, and I'm so glad you're here. I love my trike. It takes me everywhere I want to go. Took me to the grocery store at 6:45 this morning so we could have milk in our coffee.
So, yeah, we use our tie flies locally as our primary transportation when we're home. We put more miles on our trikes than we do on her Subaru. Obviously, our van, Betty White, gets lots more miles, but that's because we're going so far. But these guys are our major transportation around home. So as far as what I'd like to say to Azub is happy birthday, Azub. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you make such a tough, rugged trike because we depend upon it. And we wish you many, many more years of success.